I am here with amazing news. I finally did it. I finally solved the plot of Deltarune and all the Undertale speculation about Winged Gaster. Yes, I finally did it. You've ever heard of, Toy Story 5 coming out relatively soon? Yeah? If you go and check the cast list of the voice actors, there may be a familiar name there. Someone who may go by the name Toby Fox. Did I say? Yeah. And if you check the voice acting of, the characters they're doing, voice acting, the character, Toby Fox, his voice acting goes by the name of Gaster. Yes. Gaster. More specifically, the Winged Gaster we all know and love, but we will get on to that later. But you see, this confirms that Gaster, as he is through time and all space and all that, he is in Toy Story 5. And I like to believe that this is the real Gaster from Undertale, because you see, if he can travel through worlds, and if you think about it, the Pixar theory, where all the Pixar and Disney films are all interlinked. Monsters Inc. Think about that. Monsters Inc. How do the people travel around through the doors? Through the doors. And how do you think the Gaster might be traveling around time and space and stuff? With a door, as shown in Undertale, and also perhaps hinted at in Monsters Inc. And maybe Monsters Inc. is a prequel to Deltarune and Undertale and all that, where all the monsters and the humans not getting along, the conflict. Think about that. But there's more than that. There's more to talk about. You see, the Toy Story movies are more relevant than we originally thought. Because at first, I was using it to prove my Woody theory, because friends inside me and all the hinting about there. But no, it's more than that. It's much bigger than we thought it would be. You see, because there's a scene. And, I'm just going to get through this right now because it's so important. But you see, there's a scene in Toy Story 2 where they toss Woody, the kid, tosses Woody in a dream. And then he falls through the cars and then into the bin, which, as we know, resembles and symbolizes Deltarune Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. And because he's falling into a dark world. And that is Woody theory, because Woody is falling into a dark world and he's going to be a secret boss. And they're not showing Chapter 3 in that cutscene, which is why Woody theory, Chapter 3, Secret Boss. I haven't played Chapter 3 or 4. I will. But you see, it's more than that. Because this proves that Woody theory, and not just Woody theory, Toy Story and Deltarune are in the same universe. Because of Gaster being confirmed. Friend inside me. But you see, there's more to it than that. Toy Story 5 came out in June of this year, and June of last year, that was when, Deltarune 3 and 4 came out. And, since, Deltarune Chapter 5 is coming out pretty soon, Toby Fox doing the translating and all that, Who's to say it's not going to come out at a similar time to Toy Story 5? Who's to say that because there are 4 Toy Story films and 4 Deltarune chapters out now, and if both Chapters 5 and Movie 5 come out at a similar time, that Toy Story 5 is the mirror for, Deltarune Chapter 5, they're parallels, think about that. And as we only have the teaser out now, we can't speculate too much, but you see, when Toy Story 5 is out, it is going to be mirroring and hinting at Deltarune Chapter 5 and the ending, but we'll get on to that. We will get on to that, but you see, it's also going to be released in, June, which is Pride Month. Think about that. That's also a theory, but, let's get on to it a bit more, At first, I saw the trailer making a few theories about how, what's her name, Queen only plays mobile games and it's an iPad, and maybe Bonnie is Birdie, because, they're always getting Bonnie and Birdie, start with B and they're getting Birdie's name wrong. Think about that? Yeah, but no, it's much more serious than that. It is much more serious than that. Toby Fox voices Gaster, but have you ever thought that Toby Fox could be the voice of Gaster? Maybe perhaps his vessel. Think about that, because at the start of the game, Gaster, as we are speculating, gets you to create a human vessel. And as you know, a human-looking vessel. And as we know, Toby Fox is a human-looking thing who might be a vessel for Gaster, because we know that Gaster has human vessels. Think about that. But you see, he's the voice of GASTER in the film, but the voice of GASTER in real life, because he's his vessel, right? Because Toby Fox is tweeting for GASTER, as we have seen, tweeting in GASTER's typing thing for GASTER, as GASTER for GASTER, and he includes GASTER in his games, but that's because he is GASTER's vessel, and GASTER himself is getting him to put him in his games and saying his voice, which is GASTER's real words. But that's not everything. I have been able to find out who Wingding GASTER's full form is. You know he goes through all time and space and he gets a bit deformed, but you see, he is black and white. And what is another character in Deltarune and Undertale who is black and white and appears in the most random full places? The annoying dog, otherwise known as Toby Fox. Toby Fox himself is GASTER, but the human Toby Fox is GASTER's vessel, but Toby Fox in the game as the annoying dog, that is GASTER, and because he's a creator and like the Lord of time and space himself, that is Toby Fox. And you see, if Toby Fox is GASTER, and there's a theory that GASTER, I don't know if it's true yet, but GASTER is like the Eggman who's like giving Chris all the eggs. But you see, the annoying dog was in the same place as the Eggman was in Chapter 2, which can imply they're like shapeshifted. It's the same person! It's the same person! Toby Fox is not only the voice of Wingding GASTER, but Toby Fox is not only the vessel of Wingding GASTER, but the annoying dog is Wingding GASTER. I figured it out! I was right! We did it! Come back for more videos, more theories.